Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I got some interesting piece of information here from an article coming from Sputnik from today, the 2nd of December 2022. And this is the title, unsurprisingly. Weapons sent to Ukraine beginning to filter to Africa. Nigerian president says. Any surprises? Nah. Well, what kind of weapons may we know? As smuggled arms coming from Ukraine begin to appear in more and more countries, leaders who want to stem the flow are beginning to realize they'll have to take a collective approach. Now again, the West unleashes something, and then the ugly head of criminality shows in other countries. Like the Mujahideens in Afghanistan, 1980, right, 80s, with Russia, with Soviets, with Soviets, ended up into what? Al-Qaeda and ISIS and blah blah blah. Weapons shipped from Western countries to Ukraine are beginning to filter to the Lake Chad Basin region. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari warned this week, and I'm quoting, "Regrettably, the situation in the Sahel and the raging war in Ukraine serve as major sources of weapons and fighters that bolster the ranks of the terrorists in the region," end quote. Buhari told heads of states from neighboring states participating in the Lake Chad Basin Commission on Tuesday in the Nigerian capital of Abuja. Now, Buhari went on to urge his counterparts to step up security cooperation in the interest of combating the threats of weapon smuggling. Alongside the leaders of Benin, Chad, Niger, and the Central African Republic, the Nigerian president agreed to step up military cooperation in the country's fight against Boko Haram and ISIS terrorists, who are now reportedly receiving guns from Ukraine. Russian political leaders and Interpol officials alike have warned for months that weapons sent to Ukraine nationalists are likely to end up in the hands of hardened criminals in Europe and beyond. So far, however, Western governments have largely refused to take the advice seriously, with many suggested arms bazaars featuring Western weapons are the product of Russia disinformation. In September, a British news outlet insisted the existence of such illegal weapons markets could be, and I'm quoting, could be an organized disinformation campaign, end quote. But according to police in Europe, the impacts of the incoming arms are anything but made up. Last month, Finnish police said a portion of the, and I'm quoting, huge quantities, end quote, of weapons being shipped to Ukraine have made their way to Finland, where they, quote unquote, 3 of the world's largest motorcycle gangs now operate, including Bandidos MC, which has a branch in every major city in Ukraine, end quote. I read some articles suggesting that actually that's not true. There's no weapons. So they said, yes, there are weapons, and then the next day when they got a phone from the Americans, they said, oh, no weapons, my bad. Did I say that? Oh, I misspoke. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Christer Ahlgren, head of the organized crime of the Finnish Police Bureau of Investigations, told a local broadcaster that, and I'm quoting, "It's impossible to say how many weapons are in the country and in whose hands," end quote. But, and I'm quoting again, "we'll be dealing with these weapons and paying the price here for decades," end quote. And it's not just Finland. Smuggled guns have also been found in Sweden, Denmark, and the Netherlands, officials say. An American news outlet also admitted a shockingly high number of arms bound for Ukraine end up stolen in August. Like 30% of it reaches its final destination. 30% unverified, but if they say it. Read a quote from a tweet which was deleted after internet trolls descended on it en masse. Well, I don't know if it's true or not. What do you want? While over 22,000 of the American weapons at highest risk of being stolen are legally required to be subject to American inspection. An American news outlet admitted in November. I would like to know what American news outlet, to be honest with you. I don't like when I say un-American. I mean, you obviously have the information. Why don't you put it over there? Is there any liability or something? If you put their names over there, you call them out, you're not supposed to. You make your case stronger if you say, well, Tom Jones said or someone said. It's a difference. Or anonymous. Anonymous source, you know how that is. So American news outlet admitted in November that U.S. officials have accounted for just 10% of them and have, and I'm quoting, been able to conduct just 2 in-person inspections of items. And obviously now I changed everything here. All right, let's go back. And 10% of them and have been able to conduct just 2 in-person inspections of items requiring enhanced oversight at weapons depots where U.S. arms have been brought in from Poland. U.S. arms. So, well, the Americans said that they sent about 1,000 arms inspectors in Ukraine. Supposedly, they inspect weapons. But that happened about 3 weeks ago or so. 3 weeks ago, a month. And I don't know if those inspectors are Chichu inspectors or supposedly just okay, yes, okay. And I made a video regarding this, and I was just cautioning these people here that they are, I think, very naive. If they think that they go over there and they will just go to the depot like these guys again, what are you talking about? So it's like this. Americans ship the weapons to Poland. From Poland, it gets somehow by train and by trucks or whatever they bring, maybe airplanes too, come to Ukraine, get to these depots, and then it's supposedly where the guys are writing down whatever they received, knowing whatever was shipped. Okay, and then from there what? They're gonna go to the front, right? And this is one point, this is the front. They don't get the front unless you have someone at the exact location who's gonna be, hey, yes, how many you sent? 50. Well, 50 came, okay, and then you distribute them on the front. How do you know they will be on the front and they will not? You're gonna be in contact with each of them and say, hey, are you still alive? Yeah. What's your position? What's your location? Okay, I can see you on the satellite, actually. I can verify you. Oh, we got blown up. Oh, it's not working. Oh, I'm going to go in and verify. Do you think that's the way it works? I mean, they receive hundreds of howitzers and all these things, and they're going to have what? For each weapon, it's going to have one inspector? Otherwise, how? I mean, it's so stupid. And don't you think that those guys know what they're doing? I mean, think about it. I'm talking about the guys who will smuggle. Bribes. With bribes, think how much a Ukrainian makes a year. How much he used to. I don't know. $10,000, $13,000, $7,000 a year. A year. And you say, okay, I'm going to sell these howitzers for about, I don't know, a few $1 million. What do you think you would do? Are you a little bit tempted, to say the least? Hey, what are we doing? Victor, how about Alexei? What do you think? Let's do it. We're 3. We'll sell this one. We're going to get to around, I don't know, $500,000 each of us. And the other intermediaries and other guys going to get the rest. And we got peanuts. What are we going to say? I don't know. The Russians blew it. Do you think the American inspectors are going to show me Alexei and Victor and whatever, show me where that was blown up? And they say, oh, my bad, we sold it. Do you think that's going to be? Or you're going to say, okay, give me the coordinates so I can verify from the satellite the coordinates. Well, really? And the guys are going to say, I don't remember. I don't know. I have PTSD right now. And I don't remember shit, and I'm afraid to talk about it. And please accept my self-diagnostic. All right? Come on. Come on, man. Like Biden. Come on, man. The same here. Come on, man. I mean, don't be stupid. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have no doubt that weapons are in the Russians' hands, Iranian hands, Chinese hands, other bad dudes, and Kadyrov's hands and others. And you'll see what Europe is going to get out of this, because there's going to be a lot of weapons. Remember that you have like 100 of launchers. You know what you can do with those things? You can freeze any country you want, any parliament, anything, and they have them. And I guarantee you they will do this. And besides, you pissed off Wagner Group, and you said the Wagner Group is a terrorist organization. Do you think that it will not live at its name, at wherever you put it? Say, I'm a terrorist, I'm going to show you terrorist. And they're going to show it. They say, well, they sent that sledgehammer to the European Union. Why do you think they said that sledgehammer over there? Just to have those guys, oh, it's heavy, it's like my, yeah. No, that's obviously a direct threat. You see this? We're not kidding. What do you mean? And what the politician gonna do? I see how they are here. I met a senator here. It was Levin, Senator Levin of Michigan, when I was in college here in the United States. I saw him in college. I went to one of his speeches in a freaking room with I don't know how many people were over there. 50 people. He walked with his hands in his pockets, in pants pockets. He walked in alone. He spoke a little bit over there. He made a few jokes and he left alone. He went downstairs. You say, how many Secret Service were around it? Well, if there were, I didn't see any. My bad. I didn't see any. And believe me, I have an eye. And I didn't see any. But he could have been, and that's a senator, one of the 100 over there in a campus of university. We knew ahead of time he's coming. We got the invitations. We got all the scheduled. You know what I mean? But you say, well, what a senator will do. You know what I mean? But not only senator. I mean, who else? I mean, you can create panic. That's why this world, they say, well, it's dangerous. I think it's still mild from many aspects. I mean, if people want to cause problems, they could cause problems. Look at the water dams. Really? And with these weapons in Europe, and with you can travel wherever you want in Europe with a truck. You have AK-47 next to you, and you got 3 other buddies in the back, and you got whatever you want to transport that wherever you want. Nobody will know what the hell you got over there. What, way stations and police? You can take care of those guys with 2 things. One, money, and the other one is weapons. What are you going to do, police officer, with your beep, 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 beep? I'm going to give you money, and that works just fine. Come on, man. Thank you very much for being with me again today. They got themselves in a fucking very bad situation. The Americans know, because you still have to swim over the Atlantic to get there. But these guys here in Europe, you can simply drive it, or by train, or by plane, or by whatever. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.